It's an all-Western Conference matchup in today's game as the Nuggets come into town for this one.
Let's get a nice clean game.
We're live from Portland, Oregon. Hometown fans are cheering for their Trailblazers. Welcome to 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. With Greg Anthony and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Taking a look at the Nuggets. Down low, it's Millsap and Jokic. Murray and Harris in the backcourt, and it's Chandler in at the 3 spot.
And Damian Lillard, just a beast in my opinion. Never the top prospect, coming out of Oakland High, a 5'11 senior. Nobody gave him major scholarship offers, but then he grew 4 inches at Weber State, and his game grew. He was taken the 6th pick in the 2012 draft.
And here's Aminu after Gary Harris made that last three-pointer. Three-pointer, Lillard drops in the tray.
Lillard is a knockdown sniper. He shoots an excellent percentage from the perimeter.
Now here's Murray, covered by Lillard. Now here's Murray, out to Harris, beyond the arc. And the rebound by Nurkic. Here's Harkless. Chandler with the defensive effort.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
Out to Harris. Right wing. Jokic passes to Murray. They get it again. And that one's good. Jokic. Jokic has got his first 2 points of the night.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
McCollum kicks to Lillard. Back to McCollum from downtown, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. McCollum's got 5.
You got to appreciate the sharp shooting of McCollum. When he's squared up from deep, you feel like it's going in every time.
Here's Millsap. Tries again. Here's Jokic, and he uses the glass on the layup. Jokic has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Oh, tough effort right there on the glass. Those second chance points can pay off in a big way.
Hits. Count that one from Nurkic.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Out to Chandler. Back to Murray. Fires from deep. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And Murray is so deadly with the catch and shoot, Jay. When the D isn't playing up on him, he has no problem going right up with it.
And for the Blazers, tremendous scoring talent in their backcourt. How did they turn the corner in the West?
Clearly, it's going to be with their defense. I think that's where they've had their struggles. They're going to have to get better at the point of attack there and protecting the rim. I think some of it has to do with the lack of discipline, but also you could factor that into being just an inexperienced young group that's still kind of getting their feet wet.
And the precise passing of Murray, really moving the ball well around the floor.
Denver shooting their first free throw of the night here. So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Well, the pace right now, that's being dictated to them. They have to try to get it back to their tempo, to their style of game.
And when you talk about just a natural basketball player, I think you got to envision a guy like Paul Millsap. He just does it all. He's got the skill level and versatility at that power forward position. And in this league today, you have to be able to impact the game the way he does.
So for the Trailblazers, Davis comes in for Yusuf Nurkic, and Turner subbed in for Maurice Harkless. And Lillard kicks to Aminu over Jokic. And he can't bank that one in. And you look at all the different things that Paul Millsap does for you on the court, Greg. Don't forget about the defensive end of the floor, too.
Yeah, great point. And an all-defense selection, one of the great big men in league history in terms of getting steals. Just unbelievable hands. And you know what? He epitomizes consistency when you look at the course of his career.
Now here's Turner. Aminu missing his last shot. Three-pointer, Lillard. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Trailblazers trail by 5. McCollum dishes to Turner. It's McCollum on the wing. Now the feed to Aminu. No good there. Good work defensively by Millsap. The drive by Jokic. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And Portland called for the foul.
And last season, how about the jump to true stardom that Jokic was able to make? There was a stretch where every game he just looked more and more incredible. Truly gave this team, I think, a franchise player in the blink of an eye.
That one goes. Count it.
Lillard is great at spotting the open man. He knows it's his responsibility to get his guys going.
Here's Murray, and Davis sends it back. Here's Lillard, and it's McCollum in the corner. No good from outside. 27 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Murray. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
And the confidence from Murray, just so efficient from the interior.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. .17 seconds left in the first quarter. Out to Harris from the arc. Another 3 for Denver.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Oh, okay, you've done your job so far, but the question is now, can they sustain this level of energy? There's still a lot of game to play.
5 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Turner. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Denver on top, leading by 10. And now a chance to hear from point guard Lillard. He explained.
I was taught to, never let anybody see how you feel. I kind of just embraced it, for my entire life. Just, you wouldn't know if something was going on in my life or not, because as long as I'm
I would say we probably shouldn't expect to see Lillard starring in any reality shows about his personal life.
Lillard is a young man who is all about taking care of business.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. What do you guys think about the Nuggets out here in this one?
I think they play great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
Yeah, closing down the lane, closing out on perimeter shooters. Interesting first quarter.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. Murray and Harris in the backcourt. Down low, it's Millsap and Jokic. And it's Chandler in at the small forward position. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Napier's checked in. Yep, it counts. Davis has got his second bucket of the game to go.
He lives for these type of battles on the boards. Doesn't matter which end of the floor it is either.
Left side, Chandler. And Chris, you had a great and very long playing career. Talk about how that's prepared you for broadcasting.
I think it's prepared me for broadcasting because I have a unique take on what it takes to get ready, kind of the things that you can't be taught, kind of the war wounds, the scars that you had. I can kind of peel mine back and explain how I got them. I think that by playing for young teams, good teams, bad coaches, good coaches, by being in different situations, it allows me to explain to the fan base what a player is actually going through or maybe what play is going to happen next. So I love being able to have the technical side of it with the plays because of the coach that I played for, but also being very close with some great players, understanding the mental aspect. And really, honestly, Kev, I know you're not going to, like this too well. But I work with great guys like you, so when you throw up a softball and we get to talk about something that we love, man, and you make me look great, it's easy, man, working with great teammates. You know that great teammates make you better, and you're the best point guard in the business the way you throw an assist out there. So yeah, I've been fortunate, have good experience, and I got great teammates, and I'm having a blast doing it.
Well, you sound great. It's an honor to work with you, but I always like the take. You always give me an answer that sometimes I don't expect, and I think that's what the fans like about your commentary.
Yeah, you know, when I used to watch the games, and I've seen some great guys, George Blaha from Detroit, I grew up watching him, and I just love just the pure honesty of what you're thinking at that moment, and don't take it personally, because I love the game, and so I don't want to have to try to protect a thought or an old school or a group of people. If a guy plays bad and he's the best in the world, I'm going to say it, and if he made a move I've never seen, I'm just really going to say it, and so I try not to exaggerate and just say specifically how I feel, and I'm glad to be a part of a game that can fill you with so much emotions. It's easy just being yourself.
And that one falls for Davis. Ed Davis out of North Carolina, the 10th pick back in the 2010 draft.
Yeah, now 6'10", a little undersized for the center position, but he finds a way to get it done. A strong rebounder, and he knows how to finish at the rim.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Harkless is checked in for Turner. McCollum comes in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Damian Lillard in for Shabazz Napier. Harris passes to Jokic. Shot clock at 6. Millsap a screen. Here's Harris. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Trailblazers trail by 6. And here's McCollum for 3. Here's Harkless. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Jokic has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Harris. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
They've leaned on him tonight, and he's delivered with some great shooting.
And the Nuggets with some changes. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Jokic. And it's Will Barton in for Murray. The Nuggets have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
Man, this is a joke, right? I mean, there's been some glimpses of hope, but they've been few and far between.
So for the Trailblazers, Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Davis. And Collins subbed in for Al-Farouq Aminu. Here's Lillard. And it's off the back rim, no good.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
Barton outside to the inside. Here's Millsap. Nurkic with the steal. 1:32 left to play here in the second quarter. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Nurkic has got his 2nd basket of the game.
Look at the unselfish attitude. Lillard is fantastic at hitting his guys in their spots. I'm not sure if the D bothered him or if he just lost concentration on that one, but that's a layup he should convert.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
And really, the Nuggets, a stronger team than many had predicted last season. One area that troubled them was the defensive end. And when they would lose, it was usually by being unable to come up with consistent stops.
1:09 left now here in the second. Harris outside. Millsap against Collins. 8 feet away. Count that one. That's now 8 points for Paul Millsap. And for the Nuggets in their defensive issues, Greg, a lot of it stemmed from their lack of rim protection.
Yeah, and the inability to challenge shots in general, for that matter. And they also had problems applying pressure and forcing turnovers as a team, at the bottom of the league in terms of turnovers forced. And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
But it's surprising, Kev, to see so little urgency on the defensive side, especially with them losing this game right now.
Chandler attacking. Second chance shot, and it's Millsap laying it in. Millsap's got 7 points for the quarter.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside. And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Jefferson's checked in for Denver. Harris comes in for Harris. Free throw, no good for Nurkic. The Nuggets leading by 5. And Millsap, here we go. The kick out to Barton. On the wing, Harris. Pass to Millsap. Barton outside. And the shot no good, a bit short. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Nuggets lead by... Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2K Sports Halftime Shows. After 2 quarters, it's Denver out in front. They lead by 5. Kenny, some perspective, please.
So far, I love their commitment on the glass. Even when they were playing well, their rebounding remained a priority. And so far, the other side.
And that wraps up halftime. As
high above downtown Portland. You get the great idea of the beauty of the city, folks. Welcome back, everyone, to the Pacific. Trailblazers trail by 5. McCollum at the 2 with Harkless playing the 3. Aminu and Nurkic up front. And it's Lillard in at the 1 spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And Aminu kicks to Harkless. He's looking for Lillard and finds him. And he banks in the layup. Lillard's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Trailblazers.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Wow, you remember the 2015-16 Trailblazers losing 4 of their 5 starters? I mean, I don't think people really understand what a huge burden that placed on the shoulders of Damian Lillard. But he accepted the challenge and got them to the second round of the playoffs. That's just incredible.
And it's Barton that time on the assist by Harris. And the Nuggets lead by 4.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Here's Nurkic. Plumlee with some nice D.
The active defense making things very hard on him as he goes in for the layup.
Beasley dishes to Harris. Kicks it out to Beasley. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. He had a nice open look right there. Now it's a 7-point Nugget lead.
That's too much space to give him out there on the perimeter. They got to close out on him.
There's a good screen. Nurkic can't hit.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those 2 things that he possesses.
Beasley against McCollum. And it's Beasley finishing it off.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Now a timeout called by Portland. And talk about the Blazers players. They talk a lot about the work ethic of this team.
Well, the work ethic of this team starts with number 0, Damian Lillard. He makes sure that it's a competitive environment. A lot of these young players, though, are looking to prove themselves in the gym, before and after practice. They're challenging one.
Collins checked in for Portland. Shabazz Napier comes in for Lillard. The Nuggets also changing it up. Jokic has checked in for Plumlee. And Murray subbed in for Will Barton. And finished off by Nurkic.
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
Out of bounds, Portland takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Trailblazers trail by 7. Napier kicks to Nurkic. Millsap with the steal. Here's Beasley. Here's Murray. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Murray's got 7 points.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Feeds to Nurkic. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Paul Millsap picks one up.
And it's been a steady game for him, but he hasn't done enough to keep them from falling behind.
The Trailblazers shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Mo Harkless. That's foul number 2 for him. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Out to Harris. Back to Murray. Clock at 6. Shoots from 14.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
McCollum, no good.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Trailblazers trail by 6. Again, McCollum missing.
I like the shot selection on that one, despite the miss.
Denver's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Jokic a screen. And stolen by Napier. And they're on the break. Here's Harkless. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. Napier's got 3 assists in the game. Harris passes to Millsap. That's another one for him, his 5th in just 7 shots.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
And a name that a lot of NBA teams were in on this past offseason was Paul Millsap. His ability to shoot from outside and play in the post was wanted all over the league, and the Nuggets were the team ultimately that was able to land him.
So for the Trailblazers, Turner comes in for Harkless, and it's Pat Connaughton in for McCollum. Wilson Chandler's checked in for the Nuggets. Gary Harris comes in for Devin Harris. Trailblazers trail by 6. And for the Nuggets, Millsap, Greg, seems to be what they want in the 4.
You know, he pairs well with Jokic and others on this team. Gives them some shooting and rebounding, plus his overall versatility is what separates him. The Nuggets seem to jump out of nowhere to sign him, but when you look at things, it really does make sense.
Second free throw, no good. And when the Nuggets are clicking on offense, Greg, they are a joy to watch.
You know they are, and one reason is because they're one of the better passing teams in the league. And right near the top in terms of assists per game last season, and all players on this roster at all positions look to make that extra pass to get an easy bucket.
Knocked away. Nurkic with the steal. And they're moving it up. Collins dishes to Nurkic. Over Millsap. Shot is good, and the Nugget lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Nurkic.
He's giving them a nice lift this quarter. The shots are falling for him.
Chandler kicks to Millsap. Murray for 3. Portland grabs the miss. 30 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. The pass to Collins. Here's Napier. He's covered by Murray. Portland shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Shooting for Portland, Yusuf Nurkic.
First one falls for him. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
Okay, he's definitely trying to take it to the D in the second half, trying to get to that line.
Harris kicks to Millsap. Wide open look here for Murray. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists. Murray's got 5 points in the quarter.
And if you don't get out on Murray, he will light you up from beyond. He's lethal.
Jokic with the steal. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. The Nuggets on top. They're up by 5. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. Mike Malone moments ago with some words for his players.
Stops and run. Stop.
We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. So on the floor for Denver, Chandler at small forward with Millsap the 4. Murray and Harris in the backcourt, and it's Jokic in at the 5. Picked him clean. Pass break. Here come the Trailblazers, and finished off by Nurkic.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
Yeah, and he reads it all the way, has that slide court awareness you have to be mindful of.
Millsap misses.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly, then with the quick reaction time.
Here's Napier. Jokic grabs the miss.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
The best laid plans, right? Well, I tell you right there, though, that's one they'll take every single time.
Chris, the Blazers with an intriguing group of young players, and they've got a deep bench, too.
Terry Stotts spreading the minutes load, keeping his guys fresh, instilling confidence in those younger reserves.
Lillard's checked in for the Trailblazers. Lyles checked in for the Nuggets. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. It's been quite a game for Gary Harris.
And he has absolutely worn them out in the paint. They need to come up with a plan to limit his touches in the interior.
A different look now for Portland. Davis is checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Harkless comes in for Turner. And McCollum subbed in for Pat Connaughton. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Terry Stotts just went over his game plan with his team. He was not happy with their defensive performance. He said they're getting everything they want. We've got to show them we can't let that happen. You have to make a stand. You have to get some stops, and that'll get us going on a run. Guys?
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Oh, man, yeah, he read it all the way. He got a jump on it. Very close.
Back to Lillard. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J.
When Lillard goes to work in the screen and roll, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, you pretty much pick your poison with him in these sets.
And Harris wide open. He shoots. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. And that's 15 points for Gary Harris. Dishes it to Davis. It's stolen by Harris. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Here's Murray. Rebound by the Trailblazers. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Here's Lillard. It's hauled in by Lyles. The Nuggets leading by 5. Murray, the pass to Chandler. Out to Harris. Denver passing it around. And the ball travels out of his hands. It was last touched by Jokic. Trailblazers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Davis sets a screen, and the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Yeah, they've gotten careless, Kevin, no doubt about it, with their turnovers in the second half.
And Portland making a change here. Nurkic is checked in. Chandler dishes to Murray. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Here's Harris. On the wing, Harris. Harris missing again. Trailblazers trail by 5. Takes the 13-footer. Here's Collins, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The first free throw is good. Paul Millsap is checked in for Trey Lyles. He doesn't get the second one.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a one-possession game.
For 3, Murray. Good on the three-point shot. And the Nuggets lead by 7.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Well, that's because they made a concerted effort to get the shooters involved. Now they've built up the confidence.
McCollum kicks to Lillard. Bangs home the trifecta. Lillard's got 5 points now this quarter.
Gotta admire the passion Lillard plays with. He knows he loves having the ball in his hands.
Chandler outside. Here's Harris, and slam dunk by Harris.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
Trailblazers have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Lillard from outside, and again it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And all of a sudden that three puts them in striking distance, guys. Oh, that athletic.
Yeah.
Wow. Jumped out of the shoot.
And they count on Millsap to deliver in these big moments, and there he does.
Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for Portland.
And that tacks another big point onto the league. Great N1 play, showing us now a little bit of that killer instinct.
Lillard outside. 6 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range, he doesn't hit that one. Good work defensively by Millsap. Finished off the break.
And it seems like he's found a rhythm. Millsap connecting time and time again.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 8. 50 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul Millsap.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
If he could only contribute like this for them every night, you can't overstate how much better it makes this team when he has a game like this, and on the road no less. Cullen passes to Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
McCullen is always aware. Fantastic skipping the ball over to the open man.
Harris outside. Millsap kicks to Chandler. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
Jokic with the steal. Here's Harris. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Lets it go from deep. Lillard misses. Chandler dishes to Millsap. Murray. So we see Denver get the win here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Mason Plumlee. A lot of points tonight. What was working so well offensively?
Well, we're sharing the ball so well. It's fun to watch, I'm sure, but we have possessions where every guy might touch the ball almost twice. So when you get movement like that, it's hard to guard, and it's a fun way to play.
You did have the defense on its toes tonight, Mason. Thanks. Kevin, back to you.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks.